Well guys, this is my 0 day. I believe it was day 36. It's been raining most of the night, most of the day. Got a little break right now, but that's a mountain range I gotta get back up on when I start hiking again. It's supposed to rain tomorrow and even be worse on Sunday, so I'm not too sure when I'll be taking off. See you later. Well guys, that was the mountain that I was on top of when you guys saw me filming last. And boy, was that a steep climb down off of there to get down here. Anyway, not hiking today, and take a couple days off. Working on getting my glasses fixed so I can see. It's been really hard to follow the maps or see how many miles or where the water sources are when I can't read anything because my glasses are broke. So I'm working on getting those fixed. Got a strap I have to replace on my on my pack. Got a couple injuries like blisters and cuts and rashes and things I need to address and get worked on. Man, there's a big storm supposed to be hitting tomorrow with thunderstorms and things. So I think we're talking to Lori and needing some rest and the weather and the kind of terrain I'm going to be on here coming up next. I am not going anywhere till Monday morning. So anyway, we'll talk to you guys then. Bye. Alright guys, as promised, I'm going to do a quick gear review. This is what I have stripped down to. I got rid of a lot of stuff because my pack weight with food and water and everything was about 37 pounds, and that was way too much for my back and endurance and heart and stuff. So I started cutting things down, and the last couple weeks this is what I've been running with, and you'd be surprised of what you really don't need and the very little that you do need to survive. So anyway, we'll start off with over on this bed. I have my Z-Packs Zero Mummy Bag. I have my stuff sack, which basically the bag and all my clothes that I'm carrying go into one bag. So I've got one set of hiking clothes on, which would be socks, shorts, and shirt. And then I've got a sleeping pair of shorts or town shorts, another shirt, another pair of pants, 2 pairs of socks, and a hoodie. I sent my puffy jacket home because I'm pretty warm-blooded, and as long as I'm moving, I don't get that cold. And if I can get from being cold out of those clothes into my sleeping bag, I'm alright. So I cut some weight there. I do have 2 pairs of socks. This is probably my only luxury item. Would be these big merino wool socks. For some reason, my feet freeze at night, and when my feet are cold I cannot sleep, so just wearing the regular socks don't work sometimes. So I'm going to hang on to those until the weather definitely changes, and then I'll be getting into sending those home and just running with 2 pairs of socks. Alright, this will be my medication bag and stuff. These are my electronics. I've got my my battery pack unit there. Charging cables. I'm using my GoPro plug-in where I can plug it in the wall and charge 2 things at once. So usually I'll do my phone and my pack. Those will go in there. These are my odds and ends: my toothbrush, earplugs, ear swabs, cleaning rag for my glasses, and that's basically it. A couple little odds and ends. I got a little pocket knife in there. That's the pocket knife right there, just a little bitty lightweight deal. This one, I'm carrying this extra line. I use that for hanging and drying clothes. I can latch on to tree branches or whatever, bushes, drag them out and try to get my clothes to dry. Extra plastic bags. You can never have enough extra plastic bags. Before I used to cook in them, but I sent my cook stove and everything back, so I'm going stoveless. I'm not cooking any food, so I'll get into that a little bit later. These are called what's called Dirty Girls. They go over the top of your shoes and your leg and connect to my tennis shoe, and basically keep all the garbage from falling into my shoes and getting all jammed up. And that's where I got the big blister from. I ended up getting a bunch of leaves and little twigs in there, and they worked their way up to my toes, and then I kept walking. That was on that 20-mile hike, and ended up big old blister in the bottom of it. I've got my my night lantern. This is kind of a buff. Actually, it is a buff. It'll work for keeping your neck warm. You can flip it up over your head, just poke your face through it, things like that. It comes in really handy. Toilet paper. I got these little tablet keeps weight down, but they're basically towels. You get them wet and then they expand. Then we've got a blow-up pillow. This would be a bug net for my head. This is a pack cover. This is a skirt to go from your waist to almost my ankles. This is a poncho, which has got a hood and everything to it. Very light. I stuck it in here to keep it. These are my tent stakes. My Z-Packs duplex tent for 2 persons. That's all the bigger it is. I went ahead and upgraded mine and went with the, instead of using my trekking poles, which I've already messed up 3 or 4 of them already, I went ahead and got the poles with it. But most people are just using their trekking poles to set it up. But I went with these because I'm not guaranteed to have my poles all the time. That is my food bag. We'll go into that a little bit later. This is my bear bag. And this is the rope and everything, and rock hold, or bag that holds the rock to throw your line over a tree so you can hang your bear bag. This is camp towel. And basically I'm sleeping on that. The only thing I regret right now is sending home my blow-up mattress. I've got different sizes and weights and all that stuff, and I had a real nice one and stuff, but it weighed like 1.75 pounds, so I dumped it and figured I could sleep on the egg crate. But I'm so heavy that once you're laying on the ground with it, you start smashing it flat, and then it's like laying on the ground. So not real comfortable, but doable. I'm doing it. And then, of course, I've got my Z-Packs pack. And then I've got my Spot Me, which is a thing that Lori put up on Facebook that if you guys wanted to follow, it sends a signal out every 2 minutes when it's on. So basically you see where I'm at in real time. Then I carry about 2 3/4 liters of water on my pack. Everybody makes fun of me of it, but being as I'm taking medications, it's got all my issues that I have to. I drink a lot of water and need a lot of water, and as you can see from my last movies, that I've had to go 17.5. One day I had to go 20 miles because of the lack of water. And if I would have spent the night out, I would end up drinking a little bit of water I had left. Who knows when I would find water the next day. So it forces you to keep going. So anyway, the only other 2 items I would have would be my knee braces, well, actually 3, my hiking trail shoes, and my trekking poles. So that's pretty much my gear, guys. That's it, and I'll show you what it looks like when I get it all packed back up. Alright guys, here's a week's worth of food. Basically dinner is a tortilla, mustard, Spam, and 2 string cheeses. So that's basically 6 days worth. I mean, I'm pushing it. I shouldn't be carrying that much weight, but I got a long stretch. Don't look like there's too many places easy to get off. Lunch is going to be a flour tortilla, 2 tablespoons of peanut butter, and some craisins. 1 box of craisins on each one. And then snacks are going to be apricot, little pouch, or a fruit snack. That'll be my snacks throughout the week. And then breakfast is the Carnation Breakfast Essentials, 3 packs, because I'm mixing them with water, and they're only, I forget, it was like 130 calories each or something, and I need the calories, so it'll be 3 of those each for each day. So I know I'm a little paranoid and carrying a little extra food, but, and then I got a couple of extra protein bars. I got 1 bag of jerky left, a couple trail mix peanuts left, and a couple of these snacky things left. Oh, and then one thing that keeps getting me in trouble is I'm not carrying enough electrolytes, so I picked up one of these deals to squirt my bottle at least once a day and get my electrolytes. So, believe it or not, that is a week's worth of food that goes in my bag. It's probably the heaviest thing I got going right now, but as you can see, I've got everything starting to get packed down, and I've already got all my clothes, my sleeping bags in that one. That's my tent poles, and my poncho, and then I just got these few items here left to stick in the bag. So we'll let you see it when I get it all put together. Alright guys, I got everything packed back up. So everything that you saw is in that pack. And besides the clothes I'm wearing and my knee braces, my ball cap sunglasses and reading glasses and my hiking poles, everything that I need you saw is in that bag. There's nothing else that I'm hiding from you, or any luxury items or anything. That's pretty much it. And this next time I go out, I'm looking at being out there 4 or 5 days, so I will remember to get pictures of my camp setups. If I stay in the shelters, I did mention, somebody was asking me about my camp setup, and then I think I mentioned that I had taken a video of my tent and stuff, but that I believe was in that 18 minutes that my phone lost for me, thankfully. But there was a couple other items that I didn't mention, so I'm going to get that over with. I wear this Z-Packs pouch. You've probably seen it in my pictures and stuff. It sits on the front of my chest, and what I hold in there is the AT guidebook, which any of you guys can pick up and follow along. I think they're like 15 bucks or something. I think 19 bucks if you want the book and the information so you can download it on your phone. That's what I have, both. I have this I carry in case my phone battery dies or something. I've got something to back it up with. I also have what's called gut hooks, which the phone does not have to have reception for gut hooks to zero in and show me exactly what mile I'm at and what I'm next to, so I can find water sources and all that. And water, I forgot to cover. I've got this plastic bag here, and what I'll do is I take and I use this to go whatever water source I got it, put it in there, fill it up, and then I take the Sawyer squeeze filter. I don't know why my eyes go one way and the bag goes the other way, and now it doesn't want to come out. Okay, the Sawyer filter. So then all I do is screw that on the top of this, and then I squeeze the bag through this filter, which cleans everything up 99.9% or whatever, and then I'll put it into my water jugs, which I carry on the sides, and I carry a little one up front because my shoulder surgery and stuff, I can't reach that. So instead of having, every time I want to drink water, I have to take this off, I carry a 20-ouncer up front and a liter on each side. So I'll use the filter, the bag to get the water from the water source, screw the filter on the top, then squeeze it down and filter it into my bottles, which then makes it all drinkable. Alright, or some people skip the bag part, just use these bottles, smart bottles. The threads are just right for the filter, so they'll just fill those up, and instead of carrying the bag around, they'll just put the filter on top of that and just suck it out or squeeze it out through there. But I'd rather keep those all clean, keep all my dirty stuff here so that I don't make a mistake and get sick. So basically that's pretty much it. That's all my stuff, and when I take off this time, I will be let's see if I can show you this without getting it all wet, but this is the book I operate off of. Probably should set it up and then show it to you, but this is where I stopped here, so my next page will be coming across here. Alright, this kind of gives you a view. That's the terrain I'll be crossing, and because I'm trying to hold all this, but all these bumpy things, this is the altitudes and stuff I'm going up top of the mountains, and they'll drop down. These are what miles, what's there. This will show you whether you can camp there, if there's a camp spot, if there's water, possible water, shelters. And you probably gotta get in closer. But the book basically shows you everything, hits the elevations of what everything's going across, how many miles going this way, across the things. Like this next section I'm going, these are all possible camping spots, but you're looking at like almost all day without having any actual water, because that water source there is iffy, and when they got those, usually they're not there. And then a lot of these, because of the time of year and stuff and no rain, then you'll start having a problem there too. And half these ones you think you're hiking to and getting there, and there's no water, and that's what happened to me on the 17+ mile day and the 20 mile day. But anyway, that's how I navigate. And then basically you just got to pay attention to the white blazes to keep you on course, because there's so many trails running around that cross each other and come into intersections. If you're not paying attention, I think there's been 3 times since I started this year that things weren't looking right, and I pulled up gut hooks and saw that I was like quarter mile, half mile going the wrong direction or off trail, and then had to turn around and come back. So anyway, that's where we're at. If you guys have any more questions, ask them. I'm going to try to put this up today, so you got tonight to ask anything that I'm missing, and then I'll try to get the pictures you guys are all asking about. But anyway, that is my layout. So basically I have nothing. I got 2 sets of clothes. I have a fleece hoodie. I have sent my gloves back, my freaking wool cap, jacket, all that stuff's been gone for, well, since Lori left. So anyway, when I'm cold, I just gotta hike. I gotta keep moving. So luckily so far we haven't had snow since I gave her all that stuff. But I figured those big wool socks that I had can replace my my gloves if need to. I just put those in my hands and stuff to try to keep warm. But basically that's it, guys. I mean, you're pushing hard, you're moving hard, and you've seen this is all what I've got. As far as medical supplies and stuff, I think all I'm going to be bringing out now is going to be some Band-Aids and Neosporin because of my couple different injuries on my hands and my feet. So anyway, that's it. We'll talk to you later. Bye.